In Select, there are tons of ways to identify cost savings opportunities. Today we'll look at two powerful ways to do this. First, we'll review insights, then we'll review our top workloads. The easiest way to find optimization opportunities is on the Insights page. Here you will find top 6 insights called out in these large tiles. Your account will certainly be producing different top insights, but for this small demo account, the top insight is unused tables. Let's take a look at what's going on here. I can see there's an entire unused schema. It hasn't been queried since July 8th, which was over 2 months ago. Select is letting me know I can save $2,600 annually by dropping the schema, and they even give me the SQL command so I can quickly drop it. In the next row, I have a single table, which will provide similar savings. Returning to the Insights Overview page, let's see what else I can find. We have low utilization warehouses, which can be combined with other warehouses to reduce cost. This is listed as high effort because it would probably take more than a day to change all of the existing workloads to a different warehouse. Failing workloads and high frequency workloads are two of the most common insights I see, and they're usually not too hard to address. For my failing workload, I can see that it fails every time it runs, as there were 7 failures in 7 days. I'll make note to address this query. For high frequency workloads, I have one query that runs more than 308 times per day. I can use the cost slider to see my potential savings by reducing the run frequency. For example, if I run this just once per hour, I'll save $12,000 annually. If I'm unable to action this insight because it must run that often, I can click Dismiss Insight, which will hide this insight from my dashboard. The last thing to note is that I can list all insights in one place on the Explorer tab. Here I can use the filter bar to find specific insights. Also, if you want to view dismissed insights, you can do so by changing this default filter. Let's move on to review our most expensive workloads. The Workloads page is automatically sorted with the most expensive on top. Let me get rid of the noise by applying a filter. I'm going to look at my top workloads and ask myself 2 questions. Can this be run on a smaller warehouse? Can this be run less frequently? Let's add columns to the table to help answer those questions. I can see that most workloads in this account run on an extra small warehouse, which is great. But this custom workload named Oversized Warehouse potentially can be downsized. If I decide to run this workload on a smaller warehouse, I can monitor the impact of the change on the Cost and Performance tab. Here I am going to monitor the inevitable spike in query runtime that happens as a result of downsizing the warehouse, and make sure I can still meet my SLAs with the smaller warehouse. In the run frequency chart, I could see this query only run once per day. I may want to consider not running the job on weekends. One of the easiest and most effective things you can do to reduce Snowflake spend is run jobs less frequently. I'm going to open up a docs page where I have a cool chart to explain this concept. Let's walk through what this chart's saying. This is a hypothetical hourly Snowflake job that costs $10,000 per year. So you can see here, if I run every hour, it's $10,000. By running it 8 times per day or just once an hour during business hours, you can see I save 67%. And then running it every 6 hours, which would be 4 times a day, that's an additional 50% decrease from the previous data point and a total savings of 83% compared to this daily one. And our favorite trick here at Select is the difference between running every day versus just 5 days a week every weekday. You could save 29% automatically in your Snowflake account by just not running jobs on the weekends. That covers the 2 primary ways of identifying savings opportunities in Select. I'll leave you with one bonus approach you can take, which is leveraging our Lineage page. We have a separate video explaining this, but I want to mention again that you can use the Lineage page to quickly see how often things are running and who is using the data assets. Let's leave it here for now. As always, please reach out if you need any help identifying savings opportunities in your Snowflake account.